Okay, so question 2 is a cumulative frequency question. And the first one is asking us to find the missing values P and Q in the table. So P and Q are here. So the first one, we can use the frequency to help us. So we know that the cumulative frequency is just adding up as we go. So this one is just 3, and then we've got 3 plus the 7, and then we've got 3 plus 7 plus 10, and so on. So therefore P is going to be the difference between these two cumulative frequencies, and therefore P is just 10. Okay, so we've added on 10 between those two things. And then Q is the last one, so if we've got 54, we've added on the extra 2, and that gives me my final answer of 56. Okay, so that's just using the addition. And then following on from that, you then have to continue drawing your cumulative frequency curve. So when we're drawing it, we're plotting on here the upper bound of the group against the cumulative frequency value. So for example, you would have been plotting 40 and 34, and then 50 and 44. So if we look at the graph, the last one to plot was the upper bound of 50. So we need to plot the remaining ones, and you can see there it's the ones outside of the box. So the first one is going to be plotted at 60, and it's got a cumulative frequency of 50. So 60 and a cumulative frequency of 50. So that's here. The second one is going to be 70 for the upper bound, and it's plotted at a cumulative frequency of 54. So 70 and 54. So these go up as 2's, and therefore we want this value here. And then the last one was 80, and it goes up to 56, which is here. So 1 mark was for correctly plotting the points, and then the second mark was for correctly joining them up in a smooth and consistent curve. So you need to try and continue from the one we did have and go through them. Hopefully yours will look slightly better than mine. And then part D, we were using the curve to help us to estimate the number of students who worked at most 35 hours per month. So that means less than or equal to 35. So if we draw a straight line from 35, we're looking at the ones that worked 35 hours per month. Okay, so that means that we're going to be using the 35 on the hours per month side, which is this section here. So that's my straight line, and then I'm going to go across where I've hit the graph. And we can see that should be around 20, looks like it's about 27. Should have been around 26 looking at the actual graph. I think my line's slightly skewed. You can see there it crosses actually at that point there, which is 26. So the answer was 26. The mark scheme gave you the answer for 25, 26, or 27, or any non-integer in between as well.